You can listen to this practice wherever it is that you find yourself today. You can be sitting down or laying down, or even stretching and doing things if that's what you got to do. And hopefully, wherever you're at when you listen, this will still be helpful to you in some way. So if you would prefer to listen to this while being in a still position, you can just let now be the time where you let yourself fidget, adjust, stretch, or move your body in whatever ways your body wants to move. Really doing your best to not think about these movements at all or worry about what anything looks like, but stepping more fully into your sense of feeling as you become curious about how the body is feeling right now. And just following any yummy sensations that you might feel when you roll out the neck, the shoulders, the spine, moving around circularly in the hips, if that feels good. Stretching out the legs and feet and toes, if that feels good. The wrists and fingers. Just trusting your own instincts when it comes to movement. And if what feels best in your body at any time is a place of stillness, then honoring that need for stillness whenever that feels like what you need. While also knowing that there is no rush whatsoever, and you can continue to move throughout this practice whenever you have the need to. But if you would prefer to listen to this while being in a dedicated still position, then you can make your way there if you haven't already. As you just check in that your spine is nice and straight in whatever position you've chosen. And if you're in a space where you feel safe and would like to, you can allow your eyes to gently close at any time if they aren't already. As you take this next breath as a moment to mark your arrival into your practice today and into your body today with a full and intentional cleansing breath. Slowing down your inhale as you gently call in air to every corner and edge of your body, slowly filling up as full as you can get. As you hold that for just a moment when you are full, so simply stay and experience what that feels like to be full of air right now. And then as you need to, slowly let all of that go. Exhaling each bit out of you as you gently pull the navel in toward the spine at the bottom of your exhale to push any last bit of stagnant air out of you. As you again pause for a moment here to just stay and experience the sense of emptiness in the body. Allowing your next breath to come in as it is needed. And you may continue to breathe in this slow, intentional, exaggerated way for as many rounds as feels good and helpful to you, without any need to worry about the actual length of these inhales and exhales and the pauses on either side, but simply allowing each of the 4 parts of your breath to be exaggerated, whatever that means for you right now. And you may continue to breathe in this slow, intentional, and exaggerated way for as many rounds as feels good and helpful to you. But at any point, if you haven't already, you may release all guidance over your breath altogether and allow yourself to feel like you're almost stepping back and up in your mind as you shift into the role of the observer, the role of the witness. Shifting into that perspective where you are no longer the one guiding or controlling this rhythm or the depth of your own breath, but you are now simply the one who is watching as your own body continues to breathe you, as your own organs and everything in your own body continues to function perfectly enough to keep you alive. And just seeing if, only for a moment, you can simply watch your body and all its natural processes the same way and with the same energy that you feel when you watch waves as they roll up along the shoreline. Or when you witness any force of nature. Never trying to change anything about what it is you are seeing, about what it is you are witnessing, but simply witnessing. Allowing yourself to fully take in all aspects of your experience right now. As you remember that each and every one of us has an entirely unique perception. The way we see the world is unique to us. The way we hear the world around us is unique to us. The way you feel what happens to you, smell and taste and experience life is your own personalized experience. since what you are currently feeling is always shaped by your own history and your current circumstances. And so if there's any part of your current circumstances that is painful to feel right now, maybe physically painful, or maybe emotionally painful, or any form of pain or discomfort, practicing allowing those things to be a part of your experience as well. And feel all of the muscles throughout your body physically soften as they almost ungrip from the bones, as they remember the support of your own skin, reminding your body that it is safe to be soft right now. And oftentimes when we are in any form of pain, the thickest and heaviest layer of that pain is one that we put on ourselves. The layer of resistance and all of those thoughts saying, well, I should be feeling better. I should be feeling grateful. I should be anything other than what I already am. And we can allow those should thoughts to be little clues of the things that we want more of in life, maybe the feelings we want to experience more, or the experiences that we want more of. But they can also be a clue for you to inquire a little bit deeper and really ask yourself, is that where you should be? Or is that how you should be feeling? Because however you are feeling right now is exactly how you should be feeling, simply because you are feeling that way. And wherever you are in life right now is exactly where you should be, simply because that's where you are. You would not be in your body where you are if you were not meant to be in your body where you are. And so you can allow for any emotional releases that need to come. Any tears that arise, to let them flow out of you. Maybe any laughter even. As you just exhale into exactly who you are right now. And just trust that you are allowed to accept and even love yourself fully and deeply for exactly who you are right now and for where you are in life right now, while at the same time having aspirations and goals to grow in different directions. And the first real step in making any real solid change in our lives is acknowledgement, is acknowledging reality. Maybe the reality of how things are, or the reality of how you feel about the way things are. But just not hiding from the truths that are right in your face. And opening your eyes to what is here. Even if that is scary to do in the moment, which it most likely will be. You can trust that it will always be the next best move for you to make. To make your decisions, your choices in life from this perspective of awareness, so that you can be a part of deciding where your future goes. And you can be an active participant in your own life, in your own growth, while at the same time always knowing that we will never be fully in control. And life will always throw curveballs our way. And we are simply meant to roll with the punches. Or an analogy I like to think of is about the ocean. And if you imagine that you are standing in the ocean and you see this big wave coming, and that wave represents this big change that is on the way. And when you're paying attention to the ocean, you can see that wave swelling up quite far in advance. You can see the water slowly being pulled out. You can see the wave forming and growing taller and taller until that wave is right in front of your face. And you have a choice. You can turn in the direction the wave is going and paddle along with it and ride with that change. Let it propel you further to a different place closer to shore. Or if you're not ready for that wave yet, you can quickly dive under it and wait for the next wave to come. But the worst decision is making no decision and just standing there, because then the wave will hit you directly in the face and knock you over backwards and toss you around. And so you can choose. We have some amount of say in what occurs in our life, just by how we respond to the things that are already occurring. And all we can do is our best. And Just trust that we always do our best, the best that we can with the energy we have at the time that we have to make those decisions, with the information that we have. And so be so kind to yourself, to your past self, if you have made any decision that you would no longer make, because at the time you made the best decision for you to make with the amount of information you had and the amount of energy you had. And you can let those be lessons from the past, just more wisdom to add to you. More layers of experience to make up the full picture of who you are. And so you may continue to feel all that is here for you to feel, and continue to soften your body physically into all it is that you are feeling. As you listen to the following words that were written by Pema Chödrön in their book, When Things Fall Apart, Heart Advice for Difficult Times. And I will write the name of this in the chat so you don't have to worry about remembering that. And you can allow anything at all that feels like it resonates with you to soak in deeper and not worrying about the rest. When we talk about hopelessness and death, we're talking about facing the facts. No escapism. We may still have addictions of all kinds, but we cease to believe in them as a gateway to happiness. So many times we've indulged in the short-term pleasure of addiction. We've done it so many times that we know that grasping at this hope is a source of misery that makes a short-term pleasure a long-term hell. Giving up hope is encouragement to stick with yourself, to make friends with yourself, to not run away from yourself, to return to the bare bones, no matter what is going on. Fear of death is the background of the whole thing. It's why we feel restless, why we panic, why there is anxiety. But if we totally experience hopelessness, giving up all hope of alternatives to the present moment, we can have a joyful relationship with our lives, an honest, direct relationship that no longer ignores the reality and impermanence and death. So you can just take the next few moments now to just allow each and every word that you have heard today and each and every feeling that you have felt today to settle within you. Just imagining that Every word and feeling is this speck of glitter in this big snow globe that is your own body. And now is the time where we set you down, let all the glitter settle, and let the air clear. As you really trust that anything at all that you heard today or felt today that resonated with you or struck a chord with you in a deep way, just trusting that that feeling can sometimes come when we hear on the outside what a part of ourselves already knows to be true on the inside. And so just allowing those truths to be enhanced within you so that you feel a little bit more confidence to act on your own intuition and to trust your own instincts. And just remembering that there is no better teacher out there than observing yourself while alone and while in relationship with your loved ones. Living life is ultimately all of our greatest teacher. So if it feels like something you'd like to do today, you can let your hands find each other in a prayer position toward heart center. As you just let your palms and fingertips come toward one another. As you feel this pulsing of your heart toward your thumbs and your thumbs back toward your heart. And the pulsing of your palms into one another. As you really tune in to this rhythm of your own life. And now calling in a final deep and full breath of air into the body, filling up to every corner and edge of you, the most you have today. And as you exhale, letting go of anything at all you're ready to let go of, as you allow the head to gently bow. As you take this moment to bow to the source of energy that allows all of our hearts to beat, whatever you believe that to be. And bowing to everyone else in this space who has listened and completed this practice right alongside you. And finally bowing to yourself for choosing to show up today and taking the time out of your busy life for this pure act of self-love and self-care. May this act continue to heal you through the rest of your days and nights, and may you bring the same love and understanding to everything you do and to everyone that you see. Thank you, thank you, thank you.